There was a time when I thought I had seen it all. The great cities, the endless seas, the mountains that touched the sky. But then I came here, to Cambodia, a land where time itself seems to sleep beneath the roots of ancient trees. The temples rise from the jungle like forgotten memories, carved in stone, telling stories older than any nation I've ever known. I walked among shadows and sunlight, feeling the breath of a lost civilization. And for a moment, I wasn't old. I was young again, standing in the heart of wonder. Cambodia, the lost temples and hidden wonders. Angkor Wat, Siem Reap, Cambodia, standing as a testament to human devotion and ingenuity, Angkor Wat embodies the enduring quest for spiritual harmony in Cambodian culture. Rising from a moat and surrounded by dense green jungle, this immense temple complex stretches across roughly 500 acres, or more than 200 hectares, with sweeping sandstone galleries adorned with intricate carvings that capture the light at dawn and dusk. Constructed in the early 12th century as a Hindu temple before its gradual transformation into a Buddhist sanctuary, it was commissioned by King Suryavarman II and has weathered centuries of change and conflict. Walking through its ancient corridors, one feels both humbled and inspired, as if the spirits of artists, monks, and laborers still linger among lotus-shaped towers rising over 200 feet, nearly 61 meters above the earth. Yet outside these sacred walls, the pace of modern Siem Reap and the ever-growing tourist footfall present a striking contrast to Angkor Wat's eternal solemnity. The legacy of Angkor Wat continues to invite reflection on humanity's place within history, faith, and the landscape that endures beyond time. Phnom Kulen National Park. This sacred mountain range embodies the enduring link between Cambodia's spiritual roots and its natural landscapes. In the early morning, mist lingers above dense forests of tall, dipterocarp trees, while the gentle roar of waterfalls cascades down rocky ledges nearly 33 feet high, which is about 10 meters, creating a continuous melody that echoes through the lush greenery. Deep within these hills, history remembers Phnom Kulen as the birthplace of the ancient Khmer Empire, where King Jayavarman II declared his independence from Java in the year 802, marking the start of Angkorian civilization. Walking alongside pilgrims beneath sun-dappled canopies and ancient riverbeds, visitors sense the humbling reverence this place inspires, a mountain both worshipped and protected, alive with local legend and devotion. Yet beyond this spiritual tranquility, the park contrasts with the outside world's relentless pace, preserving pockets of rare wildlife and centuries-old carvings far from the bustle of modern Siem Reap. Each path invites reflection on how nature and ancient belief remain entwined in Cambodia's evolving cultural tapestry. Bayon Temple, Angkor Thom, Cambodia. At the heart of Angkor Thom, Bayon Temple embodies the enduring theme of spiritual synthesis, where divine kingship and Buddhist compassion converge to create a sanctuary unlike any other. In the pale morning light, over 50 enigmatic stone faces gaze out from towering spires that rise nearly 120 feet, which is about 37 meters above the jungle floor, their serene smiles carved from gray sandstone. Constructed in the late 12th century by King Jayavarman VII, Bayon Temple represented a pivotal shift as Mahayana Buddhism became central to Khmer statecraft. Its bas-reliefs chronicling epic battles and daily life from over 800 years ago. Wandering through maze-like corridors, visitors feel an uncanny connection to the past, as if guided by the still, watchful eyes of those ancient faces, their silent wisdom bridging centuries. Yet, just outside these sacred walls, the once mighty city has surrendered to the encroaching jungle, where tangled roots reclaim lost glory in vibrant green waves. The story of Bayon Temple invites reflection on how sacred spaces continue to inspire awe and wonder across the shifting currents of time. Ta Prohm, entwined within the heart of Cambodia's heritage, Ta Prohm reveals the enduring dance between nature and the creations of humankind. Thick cotton silk tree roots, some spanning over 30 feet, which is about 9 meters, cascade dramatically over worn stone walls and ancient corridors cloaked in emerald moss. Built in the late 12th century by King Jayavarman VII as a Buddhist monastery and university, Ta Prohm once housed more than 12,000 people, a thriving spiritual center for the Khmer Empire. Stepping among the cool shadows, visitors feel both awe and humility as the temple's silent corridors evoke the powerful passage of centuries. Unlike many restored temples in Angkor, Ta Prohm has been intentionally left in its semi-ruined state, its tangled trees creating an exhilarating sense of adventure in contrast to the more manicured monuments nearby. This extraordinary harmony of jungle and stone invites you to reflect on impermanence, continuing the story of Cambodia's enigmatic past and hinting at what other wonders may await beyond these walls. Banteay Sray. This pink sandstone temple stands as a luminous example of devotion and detail in Cambodian heritage, exploring the core theme of craftsmanship passed across generations. Intricate carvings wind along every wall and door frame, with mythological scenes emerging from the pale rose hues as sunlight filters through dense jungle canopies. Its central towers rise roughly 30 feet, which is about 9 meters, crowned with lotus petal spires untouched by time. Built in the 10th century by skilled artisans dedicated to the Hindu god Shiva, Banteay Sray is celebrated for its miniature scale and exceptional artistry. Each panel tells fragments of legend and history, embodying the culture's profound respect for narrative storytelling. In contrast to the grandeur of nearby Angkor Wat, Banteay Sray's charm lies in its delicacy and the warmth of its colors, providing a tranquil oasis amid Cambodia's monumental ruins. This site reminds us how sacred spaces, large or small, infuse daily life with meaning and invite us to reflect on the enduring threads of culture. Bayon Temple, lost amidst the Cambodian jungle, Bayon embodies the theme of nature's reclamation of ancient civilizations, reminding us how time eventually weaves all human creations back into the earth. Vast tree roots snake over crumbling sandstone corridors, while dappled sunlight filters through thick canopies onto moss-covered stones stretching for over 200 feet, which is about 61 meters, creating a scene of haunting beauty. Constructed in the early 12th century during the reign of King Suryavarman II, this temple was built in the same architectural style as Angkor Wat, but remained largely unexplored due to dense overgrowth and conflict in the region. Walking through the silent ruins, visitors often feel a profound sense of solitude and awe, as if they are among the first to rediscover forgotten stories carved over 800 years ago, which is more than 8 centuries. Here, civilization and wilderness collide. The grandeur of ancient Khmer stonework stands in sharp contrast to the relentless embrace of jungle. In every shadowed corridor and toppled statue, Bayon tempts travelers to uncover the mysteries that continue to define Cambodia's cultural landscape. Phnom Penh City. The resilient heartbeat of Cambodia pulses through Phnom Penh, where history and modern ambition are woven together across every boulevard and riverside promenade. Glittering along the muddy banks of the Tonle Sap and Mekong Rivers, the cityscape is a vibrant panorama of golden spires, colonial facades, and bustling tuk-tuks weaving past French-era buildings shimmering in the tropical sun. Founded in the mid-15th century, Phnom Penh was established as the capital after King Pontiac fled Angkor, anchoring Cambodia's political and cultural life for over 600 years, which is more than 5 centuries. Beneath the hustle, the shadows of the Khmer Rouge still linger, blending sorrow with hope as locals gather at markets, temples, and the stretch of regal gardens fronting the royal palace. From rooftop cafes that peer over 20-story towers, or about 6 meters in height, to monks in saffron robes quietly moving through ancient courtyards, Phnom Penh balances frenetic energy with pockets of serene reflection. As the city propels itself forward, its layered identity invites us to delve deeper into Cambodia's unfolding narrative. Preah Vihear Temple. Rising atop a sheer cliff, Preah Vihear Temple embodies the resilience and spiritual devotion that have shaped Cambodia's identity for centuries. The ancient stone sanctuary perches about 2,000 feet, which is around 610 meters above the lowland plains. Its weathered staircases and intricate carvings bathed in shifting sunlight and mist that often rolls over the cliffs in the early morning. Commissioned during the reign of King Suryavarman II in the early 12th century, the temple is dedicated to the Hindu god Shiva and has served as a pivotal spiritual and political landmark, enduring shifting borders and regional conflicts. Most notably, the tension and eventual recognition of Cambodian sovereignty by the International Court of Justice in 1962. For many Cambodians, the ascent to Preah Vihear is both a physical journey and an emotional pilgrimage, a reaffirmation of national pride, spiritual continuity, and hope for unity. The peace and grandeur atop the ridge stand in stark contrast to the contentious history unfolding in the surrounding valleys below. This sacred mountain sanctuary invites reflection on the enduring legacy of Khmer civilization, offering another perspective on Cambodia's complex cultural landscape. Royal Palace and Silver Pagoda, Phnom Penh. In the heart of Phnom Penh, the Royal Palace and Silver Pagoda form a living testament to Cambodia's enduring heritage and the reverence for monarchy that shapes national identity. Glimmering golden spires pierce the skyline, their intricate carvings glinting under the sun, while lush gardens spread over nearly 130 acres, which is about 53 hectares, surrounded by whitewashed walls that hush the city's bustle just beyond. First constructed in the late 19th century, the Royal Palace became the official residence of Cambodian kings, while the Silver Pagoda received its name from the floor, inlaid with more than 5,000 solid silver tiles, each weighing around 3 pounds, just over 1 kilogram apiece, representing both opulent artistry and sacred intent. Wandering these grounds evokes a profound sense of connection to centuries of Khmer splendor, resilience, and the intimate blend of Buddhist devotion with royal tradition. Here, the spirit of a nation endures through architecture, ceremony, and the stories whispered by ancient stones, inviting deeper exploration beyond these regal walls. Bao Sra Waterfall. In the heart of Mondulkiri's endless green, Bao Sra Waterfall embodies Cambodia's enduring connection to nature and the cycles of renewal. Curtains of crystal water surge powerfully over a two-tiered cliff, plunging nearly 82 feet, which is about 25 meters, to a wide rocky basin, ringed with thick jungle and resounding with the unceasing roar of cascading water. Long before it became a traveler's destination, Bunong indigenous communities worshiped the falls, weaving legends of river spirits and using the site for centuries as a place of blessing and gathering. Standing at the edge, it's easy to feel a sense of awe, humility, and unity with the primal forces that have shaped Cambodia's landscape for untold generations. Yet while the waterfall appears wild and timeless, modern walkways and crowds on weekends reveal the changing relationship between people and nature. With echoes of ancient beliefs and the pulse of contemporary life mingling beside the torrent, Bu Sra Waterfall invites us to explore how tradition and transformation coexist across Cambodia's rugged northeast. Tonle Sap Lake. In the heart of central Cambodia, Tonle Sap Lake embodies the enduring relationship between water and life in Southeast Asia. Spanning more than 75 miles long, which is roughly 121 kilometers, this vast expanse transforms dramatically with the monsoon rains, its waters swelling to cover fields, villages, and forests in a shimmering, mirror-like sheet. In ancient times, the rise and fall of the Tonle Sap River's flow inspired the Khmer Empire, providing both the food security and transportation that helped Angkor thrive for centuries. Walking along the floating villages, where entire communities adapt their daily lives to the rhythms of the lake, a sense of resilience and harmony with nature emerges, stirring both curiosity and reverence in every visitor. Yet in the dry season, the waters recede to expose mudflats and struggling crops, starkly reminding us of the delicate balance between abundance and scarcity. Just as Tonle Sap Lake transforms with the seasons, the cultural spirit of Cambodia is ever-changing, echoing through each corner of its landscape and stories. Koh Rong Island. On the shores of Cambodia's Sihanoukville province, Koh Rong Island embodies a timeless relationship between nature and renewal. Beneath skies that shift from pale gold at sunrise to deep sapphire by dusk, the island presents white sand beaches stretching over 26 miles, which is about 42 kilometers, lined with swaying coconut palms and frangipani trees. Over centuries, Koh Rong transformed from a remote home for indigenous fishing communities to a haven for eco-tourism after the country's civil tumult in the late 20th century, reflecting resilience and transformation. Witnessing children's laughter mingle with the rhythmic hush of waves, visitors often sense a gentle invitation to rediscover moments of simplicity and hope. While bustling Sihanoukville, only 12 miles away, which is close to 19 kilometers, echoes with frenetic development, Koh Rong offers a stark contrast, a meditative pace and untouched natural wonders. In Koh Rong's quiet embrace, every traveler glimpses the possibility of renewal that lies in hidden corners across the world. Kampot Town and Riverside, Kampot Province, along the gentle banks of the Kampot River, the theme of timeless coexistence between nature and history flows through every corner of this peaceful Cambodian town. Pastel French colonial buildings line the streets, their faded shutters watching over the shimmering river as old fishing boats drift past, while lush palm trees sway in the soft breeze under a sky brushed with hues of gold and lavender at dusk. Founded in the late 19th century, Kampot became a vital trading port when Cambodia was part of French Indochina, its pepper plantations once producing a spice so prized it reached tables across Europe. Walking along the riverfront, visitors often feel a rare tranquility, sensing the gentle merging of local lives and the whispers of generations who shaped Kampot's identity. Yet beyond the serene charm, remnants of colonial edifices stand beside vibrant local markets, revealing a contrast between former foreign influences and the resilience of modern Cambodian culture. The story of Kampot hints at countless journeys that trace the balance between heritage and modern life throughout Cambodia. Sihanoukville beaches, the enduring allure of Cambodia's coast, reveals a story of resilience and renewal. Shimmering turquoise waves lap gently against powdery white sands, stretching for over mile upon mile, which is more than 1.5 kilometers, fringed by swaying palms and rustic wooden beach huts dotting the shoreline. Once a tranquil fishing outpost, Sihanoukville transformed during the mid-1950s, following its development as Cambodia's sole deep-sea port, allowing it to become a crossroads for cultures and commerce alike. Today, visitors find a sense of escape, but also echoes of local life. Watching fishermen mend nets alongside travelers soaking in golden sunsets, inspiring feelings of both belonging and wonder. Yet beneath leisure's surface lies a striking contrast: rapid urban development and casinos rise in sharp relief against the timeless rhythm of villagers harvesting morning catch. As the tides shift and Sihanoukville's shores continue to change, the beaches remain a living link between tradition and transformation, inviting us to reflect on the meaning of place in a rapidly evolving world. Bokor Hill Station. Rising high above the emerald forests of southern Cambodia, Bokor Hill Station embodies the persistent theme of faded grandeur meeting the wild march of nature. Perched atop Bokor Mountain, more than 3,500 feet above sea level, which is over 1,060 meters, the abandoned colonial buildings crouch in a shroud of mist, their once white facades now cracked and veined with green moss. Built by the French in the early 1920s as a luxury retreat to escape the tropical heat, the station's faded hotel and casino once hosted the colonial elite, their laughter echoing along corridors now empty and haunted. Walking through its desolate halls today, travelers feel an uncanny blend of melancholy and awe, as if every stone still whispers secrets of hope, decay, and forgotten splendor. In stark contrast to its ghostly quiet, the jungles outside teem with gibbons and vibrant hornbills, life reclaiming what empire left behind. Bokor's melancholy ruins invite reflection on Cambodia's layered past and the ceaseless renewal found throughout its landscapes. Cardamom Mountains, a vast natural fortress. The Cardamom Mountains embody the enduring resilience and wild heartbeat of Cambodia. Stretching across the southwest, these rugged peaks rise thick with emerald rainforest, shrouded in morning mist and echoing with the distant calls of hornbills and gibbons. Rivers carve deep ravines, and waterfalls tumble hundreds of feet, or roughly dozens of meters, into secret jade pools. once serving as a sanctuary for Khmer Rouge fighters during Cambodia's conflicted late 20th century, the Cardamoms now shelter some of Southeast Asia's last untouched forests and endangered species like the Asian elephant and Indo-Chinese tiger. Walking through these ancient woods, travelers often feel humbled by the sheer magnitude of life around them and the whispers of history beneath their feet. Battambang City. This riverside city is a living testament to resilience, weaving together Cambodia's quiet grace and creative spirit. Sunlight splashes over ochre-washed colonial villas, shaded boulevards, and the winding Angkor River, which gently curves like a silver ribbon, stretching for nearly 1 mile, or about 1.5 kilometers, through the heart of the city. Established in the 18th century as a trading hub, Battambang thrived under both Thai and French rule, each leaving distinct architectural and cultural footprints that linger on its streets and in the fusion of local cuisine. There is a quiet nostalgia here, where artists gather in open-air studios and children's laughter echoes from intricate temples, inviting visitors to feel the pulse of a city both grounded in history and reaching towards renewal. Yet, steps away from this preservation of heritage, the city's handmade bamboo trains clatter across rickety tracks, embodying Cambodia's will to adapt and innovate. These layers of old and new offer a unique perspective, encouraging us to look deeper at the ways history shapes the soul of a place. Mondulkiri Highlands. In the sweeping Mondulkiri Highlands, the core theme of untamed nature and cultural resilience is woven into every hill and valley. Rolling green slopes stretch as far as the eye can see, rising to heights over 2,600 feet, which is almost 800 meters, cloaked in pine forests and waterfalls that tumble into secluded pools. Historically, these highlands have been home to the Bunong people for centuries, their distinct traditions and animist beliefs shaping the landscape and preserving sacred forest groves amidst changing times. Visitors sense a profound peace here, where morning mists linger above the earth and elephants wander freely, echoing the ancestral connection between humans and the wild. Yet, as modern development edges closer, roads now cut through ancient trees, and the delicate balance between tradition and progress teeters. This enduring tension between preservation and change links Mondulkiri Highlands to many landscapes across the globe, where culture, nature, and the future remain intricately intertwined. Siem Reap Old Town. In the heart of Cambodia, Siem Reap Old Town stands as a living testament to the enduring spirit of cultural preservation and adaptation. Narrow streets, lined with French colonial shophouses, exude faded pastel charm, while colorful tuk-tuks weave between golden shrines and bustling markets, overflowing with woven baskets, aromatic spices, and silk scarves. Established during the French colonial era in the late 19th century, Siem Reap Old Town grew from a quiet river port into a vital cultural crossroads, especially after the rediscovery of the Angkor temples just a few miles away, about 5 miles, or roughly 8 kilometers, from its center. Wandering beneath frangipani trees, visitors experience the hum of daily life. Elders share stories in shaded courtyards, while children play by the old market square, connecting past and present in every smile. Yet ancient pagodas tower over modern cafes, and artisan markets bustle beside contemporary art galleries, offering a striking contrast between tradition and innovation. Here, every step reveals layers of Cambodian heritage and hints at the next chapter waiting to unfold in this resilient land. Kampong Cham Riverside. Along the tranquil banks of the Mekong River, this site reveals the core theme of how water sustains and shapes Cambodian life and identity. Early mornings bring soft golden mist over wide river waters, fishermen preparing slender wooden boats, and market vendors arranging vivid arrays of tropical fruit along the promenade, all beneath blossoming tamarind trees that arch overhead for more than 50 feet, which is about 15 meters. Historically, Kampong Cham played a vital role as a bustling French colonial trade post in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, influencing the town's architecture and multicultural character. There's a serene dignity here. Locals gather to offer morning prayers, children weave between bicycles, and elders recall stories of the river's changing tides, echoing the resilience of their community. Yet just beyond the gentle flow and daily routines, modern bridges loom, symbols of Cambodia's rapid development and the tension between tradition and progress. The rhythm of Kampong Cham riverside echoes across Cambodia, inviting us to explore deeper links between heritage and hope in the country's ever-evolving landscape. Ratanakiri Province and Yek Layum Lake. In the heart of northeastern Cambodia, the enduring relationship between people and their natural environment is woven deeply into daily life, shaping identities and traditions for generations. Dense emerald forests give way to Yek Layum Lake, a nearly perfect circle of turquoise water over 2,900 feet across, which is close to 880 meters in diameter, surrounded by towering trees and red volcanic soil that glows at sunset. Formed from a volcanic eruption almost 700,000 years ago, Yek Layum is a sacred site for indigenous Tampuan communities whose legends say the spirit of the lake protects them. Standing at the water's edge, a quiet respect for the age-old rituals performed here fosters a deep sense of humility and wonder. The tranquility belies echoes of conflict and deforestation that have tested the local spirit, yet failed to extinguish the connection between land and people. Such harmony amidst adversity hints at countless stories of resilience and adaptation waiting to be discovered elsewhere in this region. Kratie and Irrawaddy dolphins, Kratie Province, Cambodia, along the tranquil bends of the Mekong River, the enduring spirit of coexistence between nature and community finds profound expression. Here, the sunlight glimmers on endless water, open skies overhead, and stilted wooden houses lining the banks, while the famously gentle Irrawaddy dolphins break the surface, their rounded heads and shy, curved mouths setting them apart from all other river dwellers. For centuries, local beliefs and traditions have protected these rare freshwater dolphins, whose numbers now hover around 100, making this stretch of the Mekong, spanning roughly 150 miles or about 240 kilometers, a critical sanctuary. Watching these elusive creatures swim so close to people's daily lives evokes a sense of fragile wonder, reminding us of the delicate balance that ties together cultures and ecosystems. Yet, as modernization and fishing pressures grow, the peaceful rhythms of Kratie contrast sharply with the uncertainty facing the dolphin's future. This interwoven journey between people and river life invites us deeper into the Cambodian heartland's rich dialogue between heritage and hope. Kep National Park. In the gentle embrace of Cambodia's southern coast, the core theme here is the intertwining harmony between lush, natural landscapes and a legacy of quiet resilience. Rolling green hills stretch as far as the eye can see, with slender footpaths winding through dense forests, dotted by palms and giant ferns, while distant sounds of hornbills echo across canopies rising up to 1,300 feet, which is nearly 400 meters above the Gulf of Thailand. Established in 1993, the park has stood as a testament to Cambodia's efforts to restore and protect these ecosystems after years of neglect during the country's challenging past. Walking here, the soft breeze and dappled light carry a sense of peaceful renewal, inviting visitors into a tranquil world far removed from the hum of city life. Yet just beyond the shaded serenity of the park, the scars of once grand, now crumbling colonial villas serve as a poignant reminder of time's passage and shifting fortunes. From the refuge of its forests, the journey continues, tracing Cambodia's enduring spirit embedded in every landscape. Ream National Park. Discovery and preservation intertwine here, where the stories of Cambodia's natural wonders and cultural heritage come together. Tidal mangrove forests flourish along winding waterways, sunlight illuminating tangled roots, while dense canopies stretch upward, with the park's coastline spanning over 32,000 acres, which is about 12,900 hectares, of lush terrain and shimmering bay. Established in 1993, nearly 2 decades after Cambodia emerged from conflict, Ream was protected to safeguard endangered wildlife and rare habitats, allowing species such as fishing cats and Irrawaddy dolphins a chance at survival. Walking its quiet trails or drifting on a wooden boat, you feel the calm resilience of nature, reclaiming space, hope woven into green leaves and salty breezes, a balm after years of uncertainty. Yet, from the serenity of silent creeks to the energetic bustle of coastal villages nearby, contrasts between untouched wilderness and the pulse of local life reveal how human footsteps forever mark even the wildest places. Each traveler who enters these protected lands becomes part of the unfolding dialogue between conservation and change, forever shaping how the story continues. Koh Rong Island, Sihanoukville Province. Here, the core theme is the serene interplay between untouched nature and authentic local island life, set apart from the rush of modern development. Turquoise waters gently lap against golden, sun-warmed sands, while dense jungle covers much of the island, with towering casuarina and coconut trees shading narrow footpaths. Historically, Koh Rong was largely uninhabited for decades, used only by local fishermen, and rumored to hide remnants from the Khmer Rouge era, giving the land a sense of mystery and resilience. Visitors often feel a deep connection to the unspoiled calm here, a reprieve from the bustle of mainland Sihanoukville, and a place where stars fill the night sky, undimmed by city lights. Phnom Chisor Temple. Standing atop the rolling hills of Ta Province, Phnom Chisor Temple embodies the enduring spirit of Khmer spirituality and the profound connection between nature and ancient devotion. The temple crowns a wind-swept rise, with weathered sandstone shrines and laterite towers set amidst sunlit grass, offering sweeping views across rice paddies stretching for miles, each brick etched by centuries of monsoon and sunlight. Built in the early 11th century during the reign of King Suryavarman I, Phnom Chisor served as a pivotal pilgrimage site for nearly 1,000 years, bearing silent witness to the flourishing of Hinduism in Cambodia's Golden Age. As the golden light fades across the plains, Phnom Chisor connects the threads of spiritual heritage that weave through the land, inviting reflection on Cambodia's steadfast resilience. Sambor Prey Cook archaeological site in the heart of Cambodia lies a testament to resilience and innovation, where sacred space and ancient legacy weave together the core theme of cultural endurance. Moss-covered brick towers rise between the tangled forests, some reaching 20 feet high, which is about 6 meters. Their intricate carvings vividly catching the filtered sunlight through thick jungle leaves. Established in the late 6th century, this complex was once the capital of the Chenla Kingdom, predating the renowned Angkor era by nearly 2 centuries and revealing layers of Khmer artistry and society's early urban planning. Walking these silent ruins, visitors often feel awe and humility, sensing the lives and dreams of an ancient civilization in every weathered stone. These ancient temples encourage us to look further into the stories that shape human heritage across the world. Koh Andet Island. Journeying to Koh Andet Island reveals the subtle interplay between untouched nature and the enduring rhythms of rural life, an essential theme shaping Cambodia's cultural fabric. Surrounded by the tranquil flow of the Ta River, this emerald islet is cloaked in flourishing rainforest, where towering trees reach heights of nearly 200 feet, which means about 61 meters, and their vibrant canopies cast dappled sunlight over winding trails and hidden clearings. Once, during the French colonial period, the region around Koh Andet served as a vital passage for traders, shaping local communities through a blend of Khmer traditions and foreign influences that still echo through local stories and river rituals today. Encountering the gentle rhythms of island life, with fishermen casting nets at dawn and children laughing along muddy banks, invites visitors into a profound sense of peace and belonging. Kampong Tom countryside and temples. In the heart of Cambodia, Kampong Tom reveals the enduring relationship between ancient spirituality and rural life, where centuries-old sanctuaries blend seamlessly with vibrant everyday rhythms. Rice paddies stretch as far as the eye can see, their emerald expanses dotted by palms and thatched farms, while the stone towers of Prasat Sambor Pre Cook rise gently above the fields, each tower standing over 40 feet, which is about 12 meters high, shrouded in whispers of past dynasties. These temples, built during the Chenla period around the 7th century, are among the oldest in Southeast Asia, serving as sacred spaces for worship and royal ceremonies long before the famed Angkor era. Walking here, there is a quiet awe where ox carts pass by children playing in streams, locals give offerings, and the inexorable march of time feels tender, not relentless. Ota's Beach, Sihanoukville Province. Embracing the tranquil rhythm of Cambodia's coastal life, Ota's Beach offers a glimpse into the delicate balance between nature and change. The shoreline stretches for over 2 miles, which is about 3.2 kilometers of soft golden sand fringed by swaying casuarina trees and local fishing boats gently bobbing in the turquoise Gulf of Thailand. Walking here, the sound of gentle waves and laughter spark a sense of freedom and nostalgia, connecting visitors to a simpler way of life cherished by many Cambodians. Alongside the peaceful stretches remain reminders of encroaching modernization, where new high-rises stand beside traditional fishermen's homes. This ongoing dance between preservation and progress links Otra's Beach to the broader story of coastal communities adapting to a changing world. Phnom Krom Hill and Temple. This ancient site explores the enduring human quest for perspective and spiritual transcendence. Rising above the Emerald Plains near the banks of the Tonle Sap Lake, Phnom Krom Hill stands about 480 feet, or nearly 146 meters, high, crowned by weathered laterite stone ruins wrapped in the golden hues of late afternoon light. Built in the late 9th century during the reign of King Yasovarman I, Phnom Krom Temple served as one of 3 strategic hilltop temples, its sandstone sanctuaries once echoing with the prayers of ancient Khmer priests. As sun and wind sweep across its terraces, the stillness invites quiet reflection, connecting visitors to the hopes and devotion layered into every worn stair and carved lintel. Down below, the vibrant bustle of modern Siem Reap offers a stark contrast to the hill's timeless tranquility, highlighting the enduring divide between past and present. From these heights, the story of Cambodia's spiritual heritage continues, beckoning explorers to seek meaning across horizons both near and far.